so many people leave their kid back there.
Well, let me tell you, before I had a 22, and they kept sending me notices, blah blah blah. So I went out there. And, how you doing? Good. How are you? And I went out there, and but anyways, bottom line is the lady talked to me into getting a new car.
told by Verizon, by
it's
people
just
I
the
know at
internet.
Verizon, not just Verizon,
I
it's
They
all,
have to have a franchise agreement with the
that
city.
they are trying to get the cables in. The problem that I heard before was Verizon itself had said they only wanted to do certain areas in the city. And this was when Stephanie was mayor, and she said, you do the whole city or you don't do any of the city. And they said, all right, we'll do any. And I think that Walsh has probably continued that cause, that you're not going to just pick Sedgwick and Strathmore and Eastwood and skip the rest of the world, you know. But I don't think anybody wants
Yeah,
to
because
pay for
my
it.
neighborhood, you can get the landline phone and the internet. The infrastructure's up there for the video, aka the cable, but they don't have, from what I was told, that there's no franchise agreement.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense too.
So Spectrum's got the monopoly on the cable TV. There's no competition for.
We actually went to YouTube TV.
Oh, okay.
I have friends that have
Oh, how
had
you
it
like
for
that?
years. I like it. We did a trial before, and I have friends who've had it for years.
I want to get whatever it is you can get when you get Hulu. What's that?
You have to just get Hulu. You can get
I
Hulu.
think you can get it on anything, right? On a Roku
Yeah.
or Apple TV or whatever you have.
You might be able to get it on
internet.
Dish if you call them in.
Okay, because I want Hulu.
Hey,
Hi.
Are we skipping the Democratic Committee meeting? Did you go there? Did you go there already on Friday? Oh, okay, good. I was about to go really.
yeah, I knew.
Oh, okay. I thought he was sick or something.
No, he's not. Thank you. This is Harry.
Thank you.
Can you reach it?
Thank you.
Real estate?
Yeah, I am not staying for the. Do you need a form for the table?
Yeah, but we voted.
I
Somebody comes. We have to have 6 people in order to have a quorum.
know.
No, like period. Like we can't vote on.
I didn't get the file. Remember that we were IT was supposed to reach out to me, so they never got back to me. So I have not looked or seen anything. So I feel like I can't vote on it.
Yeah, it's the same cases that we've been trying to review since November. There's a few more added.
That's what I was hoping. Because I said, unless it's something that we already had.
But there are a few more that got added into there, about 4 or 5 that got added into there because we haven't had a quorum since November.
And I was like, I didn't for that part. I knew it was important for this part.
Yeah, for both. We can't vote in executive session without.
And
Should
there's,
we, move to the 5th floor yet?
yep, we moved yesterday.
Where are we?
Yesterday? Yeah. We moved to the 5th floor
Oh, to the
yesterday.
5th floor, okay. So we wait, oh, it's 20 minutes.
Start in a minute.
Jose and Bay, right?
I don't know.
And Hatisha.
We need two more
Jose was
people.
reappointed. Jose is new, is on this year also.
Was he reappointed?
His term wasn't on.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And do you know how long, Renee, I mean, this is a hypothetical question. Does it take for the city to get back to me to reset me? Because
I don't know if you can be reset. Because I think you served two full, like, even if you came in if you came in the middle of a term, you've been here almost 7 years, the same
Longer-
time.
longer
Right.
than
But
you.
this is what I'm saying, you are only supposed to serve you're only supposed to serve 2 consecutive 3-year terms, and then you have to wait a year to be reappointed.
no, not that. I'm talking about for the
She's
mayor.
talking about the password stuff. However,
Password stuff.
the IT stuff.
To get a
that she
login
tries-
to be able to check.
Remember,
Okay.
I sent your email, and then you had Sherelle to reach out
The
to me?
problem with
Yeah.
why it seems as though May has been here forever is because she was appointed in March of 17. And that doesn't count because that
It's not
term
a
is
full
not a
term.
full term.
Right,
So her first full term was December of 2019 till January of 2019 to December of 2022.
but okay,
That was her first full term.
okay. And then the next full
The
term
second
would be
full term would be
2023,
January 2023
right?
through December 2025.
But that would depend on if she came in, or, remember, our legislation is supposed to be staggered terms for mayorals. Depending on, they're supposed to be, no, look at the legislation in terms of how the legislation is written, in terms of the number of years for their terms.
The first,
But you get what I'm saying?
no, I don't.
Do you have a copy of the legislation?
I
with
do.
you? Okay, let me show you the legislation. Four terms.
We didn't get there yet.
Okay. Appointment shall be made. 3 shall be appointed by the mayor, right? And then it says vacancies, but then when it says for the end, terms, except for the initial board terms, board members shall serve staggered 3-year terms and may be
Right.
reappointed for 3-year terms. The term starts in January. If a person is appointed in an
Correct.
unexpired
Staggered
term.
means if the three of us
Wait,
are
hold on.
mayoral or are appointed by whoever, we're not appointed for the same 3-year term.
Yep, so this is the initial.
We don't have the initial
Nope,
board
I'm
members
just trying to-
anymore, right?
Hold on a second. I thought,
But tomorrow when you're in office, can you just follow up about me getting my email back?
all right,
Okay.
I just said something about, oh, that's only for the initial, then 1, 2, and 3. But I don't think they've.
These are the original appointees.
So you're
So,
saying that her third,
Her second consecutive
consecutive
full term
would be till
be
2026.
till 2025. I'm sorry,
2023?
2023
Uh-huh.
to 2025. It's a 3-year term, correct?
But if we,
23,
But-
24, 25. Her first full term,
That December, this this year, December is the year to end.
Why are you talking to me?
That's what the letter,
You don't want
that's
me to
what the
talk to
letter
you?
says.
I don't think the mayor counted, I think the mayor counted her initial term as a full term.
Which mayor? Stephanie or Ben? Oh.
It says that the next term would be the 2023 through 2025. That's a 2-year term. That's why I said I don't.
24, 25. All of 23, all of 24, all of
They've been breaking
25.
ever since I came in. Yeah.
Are we on?
January 23
Right.
through
So
December
why did you
25.
say you
Don't make
think
me
this is
lie,
wrong?
she don't do that back then no
Because
more.
she,
Were they turning on?
Excuse me, ladies, can they hear us and see us?
Yeah, we don't have a quorum.
well, because you told me that
Can't cover that.
he said
You
she
can't
was
cover
done.
that.
No, I'm
That
not
was the
talking.
original thing you told me, was
No,
that she
but
was
this
done.
is what you
got
originally,
six.
that's what they thought. This is, but that's why I reached out to the clerk's office and asked them to check. And this
Okay,
is
I
what-
didn't see this.
You sent me an email today and you said, I still think the term is wrong for May.
But I didn't see that.
It was attached to the email that you responded.
So we do have a quorum, we have 6 people.
Yeah, but if you leave and don't attend executive session,
I thought that.
we have to have a quorum no matter how it goes.
Okay, we're going to call this meeting to order. Richard is on vacation. So in your packets are the minutes from November and December. One for January, didn't I see you put one
It's in the
together?
back, in the back.
Okay, so December, November, December, and January. We will
Where
approve.
is it? In the front. That should be January. And then December has a staple on it.
Oh, there it is. So I would entertain a motion to accept those minutes. Bryn, second?
Aye.
Questions, comments?
I'd like to have a minute if you don't mind. I didn't get these.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm finished, I'm ready.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, voting for chair and vice chair. Are there any nominations for chair? Richard, who says he doesn't want to do it again?
You want to do it again? Laura, you want to do it?
Hey, it's fine with me if Richard does it again.
No, do you want to do it again?
No, not really. I'll do vice chair.
No.
I don't think that he will not do it. I think that he just would prefer not to.
Want to do it?
I'd prefer not to.
You'd be great, because you're a genius.
I don't know about that. Richard said he doesn't want it?
He does not want to, no.
Oh, okay.
Did anyone second,
Can we do that with
The
an
nomination
idea?
that Ren gave,
Nominated Richard.
I said,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I will talk. Vice Chair.
I nominate Lori.
Third it.
Fourth.
Fifth.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, as far as the administrator's review, Richard finally has copies of the old evaluations and a blank evaluation form, and it will be done shortly.
Activity report, we ended the year with 83 cases last year. We ended the month of December with a total of 7 cases coming in, 3 online, 3 in person, 1 by mail. In terms of January cases, we received a total of 8 cases in January, 7 online, 1 in the mail, and 7 potential complaints in the month of January. We are supposed to review 9 cases in executive session, somewhere around in there. We moved to One Park Place on the 5th floor yesterday. We are still unloading all the boxes, trying to get the office back together. All the office positions have been filled. We have interns starting next week. We have 3 new interns, 4 new interns from SU. 4 interns from SU. We still have our intern from Upstate, and then we just were approached by an intern from Synergy, and that would start in May. We, in our new office, do have a bank of desks that are designated for the interns. There's 4 desks that are in there, designated for the interns, so the interns will be able to sit there during their time there. They work split shifts usually. They're usually not, based upon the hours, they're not usually all in at the same time, so it kind of works.
They only do a couple hours a week each, right?
They only can do 9 hours a week, so it really floats based on their schedules. I mean, usually Fridays seem to be a hit though, so
9 hours apiece?
9 hours a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
apiece?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no payment is for a class. It's their internship through Professor Reether from the Maxwell House. So our number have been increasing over the last 2 semesters. We typically used to just get about 1. The last 2 semesters, we've got about 4. So I guess we're doing something right at the CRB. The Lexipol programs, we have been back and forth in contact with the grants program through Lexipol, working with the grants department here with the city for some things that we need assistance for related to SamGov. So they have been working through that. Clio was the program that you all tabled from November, which was a software program. Yep. So you guys tabled that one.
Can we revisit it tonight since we got a quorum?
to, we buy it, right?
Like a monthly subscription?
It's almost like it's like a yearly subscription.
Is it needed?
Yes.
That's what was said
That's what had it tabled.
at the end of the last time.
Nope, you weren't.
It was determined
Yeah, I
after.
mean,
It was since November, so we've been talking about this since then.
I remember it, but I don't remember it.
You were here.
I wasn't.
Yep,
Oh,
and we
okay.
sent the email with the link to Clio.
Okay.
Asked everybody to review Clio, and it was the same time we voted on the grant program.
See, you said I wasn't here.
And the young lady, Tia, spoke about it,
I remember it
and
now.
she gave it a thumbs up.
Here with this hot sauce over here.
Ain't hot.
I
I'm
had it.
actually pretty cold.
It's a subscription, and
Yeah, so
No,
we're
we
gonna,
got it.
you're gonna propose that we buy it. Make a motion.
You don't wanna see me hot.
What's the yearly cost? Like $1,200 or?
It was a what you call it we had.
Yep, there's a whole breakdown that's in your
Yeah.
thing. The annual pricing is $7,740 for a number of 5 users for it. 16 users is $13,300. 20 users is $16,632. So for,
we don't need more than 7, do we?
don't need more than 5. So, yep, $7,740 is the cost of it,
So who has access to it? You and the interns?
No interns.
just the staff, not the interns.
There's 5 staff?
No, but the lowest users
I got
is.
you. Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I guess if we had to have an intern have access, we could, but
Is it it's not like a HIPAA or some kind of, not HIPAA, but you know what I mean?
nope.
Okay.
It's a legal boards. So it would, the legal boards offers terms for live status changes to clients. It had a forward-facing dashboard. It was cheaper than the other one, which was the one that we really wanted, which was called Civil. But
How much was
it,
that?
36 something?
It was $20,000 cheaper?
Yeah, but it doesn't have a forward-facing dashboard, which is one of the things that we really wanted this forward-facing dashboard. This is helpful, but this one doesn't have all the features that the other one has.
Does it come with an iPad?
Nope, we have iPads coming.
Oh.
So Clio is a legal case management software that has notable features such as tracking case progressions of clients. It has the ability to see real-time case developments. But it's not really, you know what I mean? Like, we can see how it moves, a case moves through the process, and it's easier to track than trying to utilize IA Pro. But yeah. And it has all the built-in protections that your regular legal software would have. But right now, the only file management system we really have is Microsoft Office. And that's not where you want to be, but.
We all know how much we all like that. So, that being said, I would entertain a motion to subscribe to Clio for $707.40 per year.
Oh,
No,
$7,740.
Thank you. Second? Question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Sorry, Renee, to jump in.
Letter for hearings, you guys received the letter that we received from the attorney for the police department. Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff that's in the letter is contingent highly on board participation, in order to be able to facilitate the things that they would like us to facilitate about the hearing process. So,
Does anybody agree with it?
What?
with the language in there?
That Ryan said? Yes,
Okay.
I do. I can't speak for anyone else.
Ryan said, not the letter, I think you mean the original letter from
Right,
the
no,
police.
no,
the
yes,
police
I'm sorry.
attorney, yeah.
Yeah, but the return letter to from Ryan. to her.
So, they, they are asking that maybe, I think it's the fourth Thursday or something of that nature. I think the February hearing that we have coming up, is following their particular protocol, but it would be, again, making sure that board members, share their availability. And as soon as we ask you if you can do a hearing, then it's literally like, we gotta do this hearing, like, so, yeah. So we could talk,
Do you by any chance know, Raynette, when was the last time we actually had a hearing?
that's a good question. We haven't been able to have hearings because board members have not been able to participate.
I understand. The question is, do you know when was the last time we did have one? Has it been that long?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
because
thought the
we've been
last
circling the drain for like 3 months.
So the last two that was canceled, I was notified, one time I had to reach out to find out that it was canceled. That was because of the board and not because of the plaintiff, or?
The one that you were recently scheduled for, that had to do with us trying to meet their requirements as it relates to this letter. So, and then based upon that, then we had to circle the drain again, because once we advised them that, yes, we had a board, they said that they needed more time. Although we had already given them the 3 weeks notice as it related to it in the first place. And then we had all those in-between discussions that then took another 3 weeks. And now that's why we're back, and now this month trying to hold a hearing that we've been trying to schedule since December.
It wasn't completely the board.
No, I'm talking about before, like, we were still, before we got this, because that letter was dated November, and we didn't get it until January. But we had already been having issues internally trying to schedule hearings, which was the reason why we had decided not to subpoena, we had decided not to subpoena the officers, because we knew we were running into all these roadblocks with subpoenaing the officers. So then we were stopping to subpoena the officers to see if we can get through some, and then we couldn't get through any because we couldn't get a date as it relates to the board members. And then we got the letter from her, basically solidifying the need to have this 3-week kind of notice as it relates to the board and some of the things that they would like us to provide to them at the time that we notify them of a hearing.
Okay, but if we know that we're gonna do them on the fourth Thursday or whatever date specific it ends up being, then that shouldn't be a problem anymore, other than scheduling.
Right, just
People.
making sure we have people who are going to commit to that, and, I mean,
Didn't we give that information of availability?
we did, and then when people would then reach out to board members asking them to confirm that they were available based upon their availability, then it became an issue.
I never got that. My time frame never changed.
Mine's don't either.
So she's dictating when hearings are now.
Mine don't either.
Is that correct? I don't remember the letter off the top of my head, but I remember reading it.
Something like that.
And we have no control over that?
I mean, we tried to exercise control, but then at the same time, we weren't getting the availability that we needed. Like, we were trying to propose, I think, every Tuesday, it was like a Tuesday and a Thursday or something of that nature that we were proposing before. So then we got everybody's availability for that. And then, then we sent that information to them, and then that date didn't work for them. And then, so then they proposed, I guess, a Thursday, and that's how we got to a Thursday every,
So now they're every fourth Thursday.
I think something like that.
Third
believe-
Thursday, maybe.
It
Every
might-
third-
Might be the
Oh,
third.
because some of them might not be. the
Yeah,
third.
yeah, so I think it's every third Thursday, but we still have to give them 3 weeks in advance.
But that is 3 weeks. That's more than 3 weeks.
So our board meetings are every first Thursday of the month. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't really leave us, that's why we're.
Right, but if we, like, say, voted tonight,
Yep.
we would not have that hearing in February, we would have it in March.
Right, but then that
Something
posing.
will come up in
But
March.
something will come up at,
I
like.
got you.
You see what I'm saying? It always creates some sort of, and then we didn't have enough people that were a mayoral or an at-large or a district that then it worked for. It's different than if I could just pick 3 board members.
Well, and I'm gonna say again that we really need to change the ordinance to make it so that we can only have 3 board members, no matter who appoints them. And that should be.
Yeah, so
I'm still free, so.
all right. So, because we tried to pick something where it was like a daytime and then an evening, and then we weren't getting anywhere.
But we got one set up for next Thursday.
Yeah, we got one set up.
Right.
So, and that one will be held in our office space.
At what time?
And if you're not on the hearing panel,
Oh, then I didn't even know. If I wasn't notified, then I'm not on.
nope.
No problem.
The,
I wasn't notified, I'm jealous.
no, you're an at-large. So,
Yeah, and that's Richard.
that is you. No,
Is it him?
Richard's at-large. It is you.
Where's the notification?
I'm quite sure somewhere, because,
I thought it was Richard, May, and me
That's what I thought.
for next Thursday.
yeah, because something happened with, I don't know what happened, but we ended up moving you off
Oh,
of it.
that's right, I mean, hey,
If you're an at-large, I mean, you could do it,
the Knicks play on
but
Thursday.
you can,
so
oh,
if
okay.
That's what y'all want.
I think I'm at-large, so
No, I'm just joking. I'm just,
All right.
we can trade off. You can do the next one, okay?
all right.
Yeah, I think I have a copy of the letter somewhere in here, but, yeah, it's been circulated for some time now. The next thing was, in your folders, you got something as it related to a proposal for a banner.
Yes.
And.
Who's doing the banner?
It is
I didn't-
getting, it's similar to the one that Focus has, which is pretty cool, and it sits in there like best of view area, and because we don't have any signage on our door or anything like that, it would kind of sit on the side, and then like depending on what outreach event Anthony goes to, it could be standing up at the outreach event, as well, and for the price, it actually wasn't extremely bad, considering it had the stand and the, you know, all of that together.
Pass signs?
Huh?
Pass signs?
Yeah. And
Oh,
so,
where'd you see that? Oh,
on the proposal.
If you change, turn the
I
page.
never changed the page. I definitely just read the front.
Page 2.
All right, you got me. Wow.
So,
And I believe this is probably what it'll look like.
yeah, that's what we're hoping for it to look like.
Okay.
I like it. Very nice.
I move to approve.
I
that
second.
purchase.
Wait. Why that picture?
You got an
Versus
opinion?
what?
Send an email with the opinion
Why
of
we
your
got
choice
the
of picture.
dome or something?
Why would we?
Because that's our new
that the
claim
picture
to
from our
fame
window?
in Syracuse.
I think so. One of them windows.
Yeah, I think it's from the window.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, all those in favor of getting the banner?
All right.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
You see the fiscal budget as it relates on the green paper, you see where the money's going. If you have any particular questions related to the expenses that are listed, I could give you a breakdown, but send an email. And then, community outreach and public education, we're working on what we're doing for CRB week, since it is the April 2nd through the 6th, that's what it's been designated for, trying to figure out if we're gonna, having discussions related to that. Please, look forward, please, you know, check your emails as it relates to that. Looking to also do some sort of, open house to the CRB office at some point in time too. Probably going to be in March, at some time in March, as like.
You don't
a-
want to do it on CRB. I
Maybe.
mean, we don't have to, we could do it sooner.
Yeah, I mean,
but-
maybe. Yeah.
Was that where the march was last year
No, the march was at Dunbar. We went from Dunbar up to here.
for CRB week?
Yeah.
It was cold.
We had sweatshirts. We could walk in sweatshirts. It wasn't cold. It
was
was
cold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
wasn't
was.
cold. Yep. So,
I drove, so I don't know.
yeah, so we could see
Now
if we
that I
want to
think about
do
it.
the open house at that week, or it was gonna be sometime in, I think, March, somewhere close to that. But we'll, you know.
That's a good idea, though.
Is it gonna be
I
food in
think
there?
it's a good idea if we do the open house during that week.
Is it gonna be food?
If our budget allows. So, we'll see, but we'll figure out, you know, what we want to do as it relates to that. It really kind of depends. I mean, March was just a filler, just in case, but, I know Anthony was thinking about doing a luncheon, instead of like the evening program, some sort of luncheon after the march, so I don't know if that, and the luncheon really wouldn't work in our new office space. So, but we could have the open house on a day during that week, and then have the luncheon in the march.
Oh, you're right, we
Yeah.
could do the open house in March and then do the luncheon after
Yeah.
March. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
So we'll figure it out. So you should be, I know it's been a minute since you've got a NACO training, or we had one last month or something, so look out for that. Oh, 2021 and 2022 reports were sent to you as a draft. Review those, provide suggestions as it relates to that. If you don't have a suggestion before the end of the month, then it'll just get posted. I did also, as I have talked about in the police liaison committee meetings, I did as talked about in the police liaison committee meetings, we have, we did send a draft over to the police department so that they could have a draft of the report, just so that they could see it before it got published. We've done that in the past, but I did tell them that I would make sure they got a copy, so, the public safety committee, for the common council got copies of the drafts as well, advising them that it'll be up. The CRB's website, the staff has now had the proper training to update the website. We'll get the old reports on there so that people will be able to see those old reports. It just was the logistics time with trying to get everybody trained in the other, office-related stuff. So we've had a full staff for probably 4 months now, maybe a little bit less than that, 3 months, somewhere around in there. So then you'll be able to see the reports, but anytime somebody has access for a report, we've just sent it via email. So it's not as if like the public hasn't been able to still get the reports.
But that's awesome, to have them up, and that's great. to have
Yeah.
those two done, that'll be so great to have those up.
Yeah, and then the 2023 report is due at the end of March. And so that's the next one being drafted as we speak, and then that'll go up at the, that'll get sent out in a draft form, and then it'll go up as we've always kind of done it. So it'll be up right before budget season. And so those are the updates as it relates to that.
Have a police liaison committee meeting scheduled for February? I think they written down, that doesn't mean anything. Yeah. The last one was the end of November.
Yeah, so it should be one, which I think is the reason why I wanted to get the report to them, so that if they had something when we got ready to do. I don't have anything as
Yeah,
of yet.
I don't think we scheduled one while we were there.
No, so I'll reach out to the chief about the, next.
See any community organizations? Is there any other new business? Did you want to speak? Okay. I will take a motion to end this meeting and go
Before
into
you end the
executive
meeting,
session.
Lori, just something, just real quick. I mean, I don't know how many people watch our meetings on YouTube, but I do when I'm not here. For example, last month I did. And just to let you all know two things. Well, last month, I don't know what the problem was, but there was no sound. And when I do watch it, the only person you can really hear say something is Raynette. So if anybody has comments, they really need to put their comments, speak in the microphone so it can be heard. That was
Really
it.
helpful.
Right.
Yeah, we followed up to make sure that they would be on today. Yeah, we hadn't normally had to do that, so we didn't, I didn't think, so.
I'll do this too. I also was not here last month and I watched it on YouTube and said the same thing and I did, I texted Hatisha and the good news though was that May and I were Cynthia and I were the only ones that were watching at the time, but that doesn't help if somebody wants to go back.
Right.
Well, it shows you who's watching?
It tells you how many people and I knew I was one and there were two.
And I was the
So
other
she
one,
was the other.
obviously.
Yeah. No, it doesn't tell you who's watching. It's not, yeah, that's not bad. That would be horrible if people, they'd never watch it if they thought that everyone was gonna know who they were.
And we
Okay.
both must have, because I text Hatisha as well.
Right, poor Hatisha, she gets the text. But anyway, I will take a motion to leave this meeting and go to executive session. Second?
I second.
Okay, thank you. See you downstairs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See all that?